In this section, we will be starting with the dealing of digitization of video signals. For understanding the digitization of video signals, we must first learn the basic of what is a color space, the concept of colors used, and the concept of chroma subsampling, which is employed as a standard in digital television. And also we can see two commonly used digital formats, that is D1 and D2. So these are the things which is discussed in this particular section. Now, before going directly into the digitization of video signals, we have to understand certain basic terminologies and importantly understand the color spaces. Now, we know that red, blue and green are the primary colors, and cyan, magenta and yellow we call it as the secondary colors. Combination of all this gives us white color. Now, the absence of any primary colors, they are black color, which is used for the black background or display systems. So there can be additive color space. So this is called as the additive color space, where we can see that there is an absence of all the primary colors, that is the red, blue and green. It is going to indicate the black, which can be used for the black background display systems. So here again, this is just a recollection of what all we already know. And then we can have a subtractive color model also, that is white in absence of all the primary colors, which is suitable for the white paper printing. So we call it as a CMY model. So the CMY model will be used in white paper printing. Now we can see about the YCB-CR system. So this was a general agreement made by FCC in NTSC standard, that is without any major problems on the current black and white receivers, we should be able to deliver these primary colors, and also without any problem of the bandwidth. So the basic idea, it was to transform the linear combination of these three colors, that is the R, G and B basic primary colors, into three other equivalent components, that is Y, CB and CR. So you can see that Y with the combination of RGB, it is now called as a luminance signal, and CB with the combination of B and Y, it is called as a blue chrominance or the color difference, and CR, that is with the combination of R and Y primary colors, is now called as a red chrominance or color difference. So YCB and CR, it is combination. This is a common point to all the color TV system, including the newest digital standards. Now by the color space, that is a YCB-CR system. So it is now a family of color spaces. It is used in the color, image of video and digital photography system. And what we have to note here is that the luminance component, that is the most sensitive to the human eye, whereas human eye is not much sensitive to these color difference components CB and CR. That is what we have to understand. So the luminance component, it indicates the brightness of the color or the light intensity, and CB, it is the blue component relative to the green component, whereas CR, it is a red component relative to the green component. So these CB and CR color differences, they are less sensitive to the human eyes compared to the Luma signal. Now we can see about a very important type of compression which is employed, that is called as the chroma subsampling. So now a video signal, it can be set as a combination of a luma and a chroma. So luma basically indicates the light intensity and human eye is more sensitive, and chroma basically the CB and the CR components. There is a color difference component, and human eye will be less sensitive to chroma components. So the chroma subsampling, it is usually being notated as a standard, say J is to A is to B, where J is for the sampling reference, that is how many blocks horizontally we are going to take, and A is for the number of chrominance samples, that is CR and CB in the first row of these J pixels, and B will be the number of changes of the chrominance sample between the first and the second row of J pixels. So this you will understand in the next slide. So in the case of 4:4:4 notation, so how many pixel blocks we are considering? So we are having horizontally 4 pixels, and next that is the 4, that is the how many number of chroma samples we are going to consider in the row of j pixels. So here 4 is there, so we take 4, and this notation another 4 is for changes in the chroma sample. So if you are considering here at every point pixel blocks there is change, so that is why the third notation is also 4. So this is a 4:4:4 representation. Next case we are considering 4 pixel blocks, and how many number of chroma subsamples are there in the first row of j pixels? 2. So we are having 4:2 is to how many changes are there? There also we are having 2 changes. So between the first row and second row, so 4:2:2. Next you can observe that we are considering actually 4 samples, 4 pixel blocks, so 4. But when we are considering the case of how many chroma samples are there in the first row of j pixel, 2, that is 4:2, but there is no change of the chroma subsamples between the first and the second row of pixel blocks. So the third third element it becomes 0. So this is a 4:2:0 representation. So this is a basic concept of chroma subsampling, and a video signal it will be always a luma plus chroma. So that is what is indicated. So this is how chroma subsampling is basically being denoted. So this is how we are going to indicate the standard digitization format for chroma subsampling. So if you are considering a 4:4:4 matrix, so it has got 4 values for Y, that is a luminant component, 4 value of the CB and CR component. So this is how a 4:4:4 matrix would look like. Here the symbol is shown. For example, the pixel with only the luminant value, it is shown here in this particular symbol, and this is the representation for pixel with only CR and CB value, and the pixel with all the 3 values, that is Y, CR and CB values, is shown as such. So in 4:4:4 representation, you can see that at every point there is all the components, that is both Y as well as CR and CB values. Then this is the standard D1 format, that is 4:2:2 format, and this is the standard D2 format, that is 4:2:0 format. So in 4:2:2 format, if you are observing, you can see that there is obviously a reference value of 4, but if you are considering the chroma, how many chroma samples are there at every first row of j pixels? There is only 2, so that is 4:2:2. Again the change of this chroma samples between the first and second row of these pixels, that is also going to be 2. So that is 4:2:2 representation. So this what will be this is that the position of the chrominance sample will be corresponding to the odd samples of the luminance signals. Then in the case of 4:2:0 format, when you are observing, you can say that the reference of 4 is there. So we are having here first point 4:2, then 2 will be the chrominance samples at every first row, that you will be having 2 samples. But when you are considering the change, when we are considering the change of the chrominance sample in the first and the second row of j pixel, that is going to be 0. So that is the 4:2:0 format. This is called as the standard D2 format. So we can see again these formats, that is the 4:2:2 and 4:2:0 format. So we have understood about the terminologies of luminance, chrominance signals. Now let us come to the digitization of video signals. So there has to be a standard digital format like the D1 format, D2 format, etc., which will enable all the video professional for the standards of editing with video signals, or for interfacing of these digital video signals. And some advantages of the digital formats are given, that is they allow multiple copies to be made without any degradation in quality, and also the creation of special effects, which is not possible in the case of analog format. and also it enables for international exchange. So whatever standard, whether we are following a PAL system or NTSC system, if you are going to digitize as a video signals with the help of the luminance and chrominance component, we are able to permit the international exchange. And the main drawback which we have is only regarding the bit rate. Okay, so the drawback is a bit rate which makes these formats unsuitable for transmission to the end user without the prior signal compression. So some compression techniques have to be employed. Whenever we are going to speak about the digitization, we have to remember that we always consider our Shannon sampling theorem. That is, Fs should be greater than or equal to twice the Fmax. So always a sampling can create the parasitic sidebands, that is above and below the sampling frequency range, and also harmonics will be produced. So in order to avoid the mixing, the input signal spectrum and the lower part of the first parasitic band, the necessary condition is the sampling theorem, which always have to be kept whichever digitization format we are going to follow. Now, video professionals, they have been using several standard digitization formats for interoperability for several applications. So, they are commonly used is a D1 format and a D2 format. D1 format is the 4:2:2 format. That is, it is based upon a Y, CB and CR component. So, it means 4 samples for Y, 2 samples for CB and another 2 samples for CR. So, totally there are 8 bits. Then the sampling frequency is 13.5 MHz for luminance and 6.75 MHz for chrominance, regardless of the standard of the input signal. So it uses 720 active video samples per line for luminance and 360 active samples per line for each chrominance. So how can we calculate the total bit rate? That is, totally there are actually 8 bits. So here the sampling frequency is given for luminance and chrominance. So 13.5 into 8 plus, since we are having 2 chrominance components, 2 into 6.75, the sampling frequency into 8 bits. So totally we get 216 megabits per second. But out of this, some are unwanted. That is, there may be retrace samples which does not carry any information. So they can be actually filled with other useful data like synchronization, information or digital sound, etc. This type of format, it is commonly used in digital video recorders. D1 digital video recorders, it is referred to as a D1 format. So this is a standard of D1 format, 4:2:2 format. So here it is represented. So this symbol indicates luminance and this symbol indicates chrominance. And you can see that the chrominance CR and CB, they are simultaneously available with the luminance at every line, and the position of the chrominance sample, they correspond to the odd samples of the luminance signal. So to the odd sample they are corresponding. So this represents the D1 format, that is the 4:2:2 format. So if we want to have in applications which are less demanding in terms of resolution, we can derive from the 4:2:2 format other types of formats. So this one is another type, that is a 4:2:0 format, which is commonly used after 4:2:2 format. So in 4:2:0 format, you can observe in the figure that we are going to actually use only 2 chroma samples. So this indicates the chrominance, 2 chroma samples for the 2 successive lines. So this is more simple in terms of no much resolution is needed. So, and in view of the bitrate reduction, it is an input format used for D2 MAC and MPEG-2. So this is another standard. So this format, it is obtained from the 4:2:2 format by using the same samples for 2 lines. So it reduces the amount of memory required. But whenever we are comparing our D1 and D2 format, we can say that the luminance and chrominance resolution which we obtain, it is going to be one and the same. That is, if we consider the 625 line system, in case of 625 line, only 576 lines are actually used for picture information. So when we calculate the luminance resolution, it is same for D1 and D2 format. That is 720 into 576. And chrominance resolution also, it is going to be same for both the D1 and the D2 format. So we consider only 288 lines for chroma samples in case of 625 line system. So since the luminance and chrominance resolution is actually going to be same for both the D1 format as well as for the D2 format. So in this section we have seen about how the digitization of video signal, that is by using the concept of color space chroma subsampling, and the two common type of digital formats, that is a D1 and D2 format, is also being seen.